one of the things that pushed me over the edge, and why I decided,
right?
Positively, yes,
that sold you on it, right? Where you felt the good stuff inside,
right? It is because of your values and your dedication to your family and to your people, and the reputations that you've built up for yourselves, and the fact that you're not going to destroy your reputation. And since this is a transparent project that's going out there, this meme coin, you're letting everybody know who you are, who's the face of this. This is not somebody in the shadows that has created this to rug pull a bunch of people. Now, for me, do I know if this is going to be a success or not? I don't know. I hope that it is. I think it's going to be great fun. I've already had a bunch of laughs, like I said, looking at the creators, the creations that they've done so far when it comes to Shakaka, and I'm sure we're going to have great fun with that. And I'm looking at this as a safe way for me to educate myself and our audience on a meme coin that I, so and so in my journey so far, like I told Simon at the open, creating a MetaMask. I've never had a MetaMask wallet. And then I had to do the transfer, the bridge over to the base chain, which leads us to one of Simon's questions, because he picked up on this right away when I initially told him about the Shakaka coin, and that would he be interested, and could we put this on the show and all this kind of stuff.
Could I add value to something you just said, Melissa, if you don't mind? Sorry, apologize but I don't want it to slip away. You said there's no guarantee. There's no guarantees in anything in crypto. There's no guarantees with anything. There's no guarantees with Shakaka. But here's what I'll say. As a young man, if I'm gonna, what I learned as a pro athlete, or I learned as a business guy, or with me and Mike, with the things we're doing in the film industry, if I'm gonna fight a fight, if I'm gonna go on a journey, I want to go with people who are dedicated and who have won. So I'm always going to look at the team. And so we've surrounded ourselves by winners. And so that's the whole concept. There's no guarantees that the Celtics was going to win a championship this year, but they fought. They went through the whole season. They went through ups and downs and injuries and peaks and valleys, and they pulled it off. So we have the mindset of a champion. We've been winning our whole lives. Can we control the narrative? Well, we can definitely practice good business habits and make sure we do things the right way. And that's really all we can ask.
Yeah.
Can I add something to that? I want to throw up a caution flag because Melissa, you said you're going to learn a fun and safe way to learn the meme culture through this coin. I want to caution you that I don't think we're following any of the typical rules of how meme coins decide to come out and what they're doing. We're trying to carve our own path on that. So if this works out for you, I don't want you to run and say, memes, let's do this.
No. What I mean is, to be honest, what I mean is, I have never looked. So when I bought the Shakaka coin, I had never looked at the transactions, and all these little things that are being sent to show the volume and who's buying, and the red candles and green candles and all these things. I never really looked at the meme coins in that kind of a depth. Right. And so I'm going to use this token, this coin, as a way to educate myself at what I'm looking for and what I find favorable, and compare it to some of those other ones, so that I can look at the tokenomics, or whatever you call it, for some of these other coins, because we know as soon as things starts ripping, there's going to be a whole bunch of coins. I think there's I haven't looked at it yet, but there's a POS token that's out right now that is new, that I'm noticing spreading around, which is another shit coin where they, pardon my language. But in any event, I'm just saying, I'd be curious to look at the back end of that, the numbers that I'm seeing, and just to compare it kind of along the way for my own education. So yeah, I'm definitely can see that you guys are intending to do this differently than the other.
Can I add to something there, Melissa, to further what your deep inspiration was to pursue this? I'm going to share a little bit about our phone call. Last week when we talked, and you were telling me that you got invited by Jay to be an ambassador for this meme coin, and I was like, okay, so what's up? I mean, like you're this is you like jumping into the deep end of the pool. Like what inspired you?
No floaties.
And she's like, well, I just want to bounce it off. I want to bounce it off you to see if you think this is a good idea or not. And I was like, well, just go ahead and kind of tell me about it. And she did. And I mean, we've talked all about it just right here. And I said, Melissa, it sounds like you're in a really good spot, and Jay has given you this beautiful opportunity to learn. You get to learn what it's like to be on a team that's creating a cryptocurrency, whether it's a joke or it's not a joke or whatever. That's all irrelevant. You get to learn this. Like Optimistic Prime, she went out on a limb. She created her own token, and she's redoing it again. That's the best way to learn. Like most of us. In fact, I think you're doing it in a way that's going to save you some serious money, because I have done some MetaMask oopsies and this and that in my years in this game since 2016. I learned School of Hard Knocks, and that cost some money. But whatever I learned, so and I think that's where you're coming from. I say, hey, just go there and learn. You get to be boots on the ground in a very transparent team right here. And that's obvious right here, right? That's very obvious, right? And you get to share your experience on this show as well as all the other ambassadors, right? They get to share that. This is what I've learned. Even Mike just said a little bit ago, and Jay both said there was things that they found out in this meme space that was just like, wow, okay, we ain't doing that. It's like the only way you're gonna get any one of us are gonna be able to really know what that is if we go into that room and go down that path. And these two brave souls right here are taking it upon themselves to not only go down there and learn, as well as all the ambassadors out here, right? But you're trying to flip the script.